Well, it's officially fall, and for fair weather cyclists such as myself who don't have the proper layers and clothing to ride outdoors, or for fair weather cyclists like myself who just don't like riding in cold, that means it's trainer season. And the one thing I absolutely hate about trainer season was always having to take my bike on and off the trainer. When the weather got good enough to get outside, I had to pull the bike off, put the bike on, or having multiple bikes, I always had to swap. Absolutely hated that. And I've always wanted just a bike that stayed indoors, stayed on the trainer, and I didn't have to remove anything. Now we are finally to the point where Zwift Ride is out. An indoor bike trainer, basically looks like a bike that is stuck to a trainer for you to use. However, at 800 bucks, just can't swing that. Only problem I have with this new Zwift Ride is, first off, $800 for a bike that's not really a real bike. Second off, it's not very customizable. It's in the category of one size fits all. I can't change out the cranks to different lengths. There's a certain category where you're kind of just stuck. So then I had the brilliant idea. What if I made my own Zwift Ride? And that's what we're gonna do today. I am gonna try to make my own Zwift Ride and save myself the $800 that, quite frankly, I should not or cannot be spending currently. So yeah, it is indoor trainer season for fair weather cyclists like me, and I thought, I'm not getting out, I'm not riding, there's no content, let's make something fun today. And with all that said, how are you gonna make your own Zwift Ride? Isn't it gonna cost you probably the same amount of money? No. Just so happens, I have a frame laying around getting absolutely no use. Let's go make our own Zwift Ride. The bike. All right, so the bike I have laying around is a 2018 Diamondback Honjo 7C. It is a gravel bike. I have it up for sale and nobody wants to buy it apparently. So yeah, I'm gonna turn this into my indoor Zwift Ride. Nice thing is it's already got a chainring and cranks on there. And like I said, I can swap out those cranks if I need to. It's got a 40 tooth 1x up front, which will work perfect. And then, we'll figure out something for the forks. If I need to change out the bars, I can. Stem length, I can. Seat, saddle, height, all that I can. So this good old carbon fiber bike is now going to get a new life. And of course, what trainer are we using? Well, this is going to be a fun story actually. You're going to like this. No, I did not buy a brand new Wahoo kicker for this video. Fun story, I was going to make this video several weeks ago, and good old Wahoo had a lovely firmware update. And lo and behold, when I did the firmware update, it killed the trainer. It would not register any power cadence or anything. It would connect, but in Zwift or even on their app, it would not tell you basically any information. So that had to be sent back. Just got the new one. And we're also going to be building this with the Zwift cog. which is another fun story. I ordered this almost 4 weeks ago. It got lost in the mail. They were going to send me a new one, sent me a new one, and the one that got lost in the mail just showed up today. So first I need to unbox that trainer, and then we can try and build this knockoff Zwift ride. Alright, so got the trainer mostly set up. Just need to swap out the cassette for this cog. So the nice thing about this, the new Zwift cog, is basically you no longer need a cassette. And if you ever had two different bikes that had different cassettes and you had to change out cassettes on your trainer, you will know it was freaking annoying. So the nice thing is that it's basically like a single speed, and then it just has virtual shifting. So I'm going to change this out from what they had sent on there. Good old million pieces for a silly cassette. Not get that out because it's bigger than the wrench. The little lock that's in here is not the same size that it used to be. So apparently they changed the size of this nut that locks on there because my spanner wrench and the Zwift cog wrench does not fit on it. So now we're just going to pull that out, throw in this one. I'm really excited about this. I haven't been on my bike in a couple weeks because the weather is, like I said, is now fall, so I really don't get out a whole lot because I don't have that kind of kit, unfortunately. So I'm excited to have at least some indoor training for now. Apparently, that's it. So we got the Zwift cog on there. We're going to put the bike on now. We're going to need a chain, obviously. I need to go find one of those. And I'm going to have to figure out something for the front. It's kind of funny how, like, you don't realize something's missing until you're looking for it. Yeah, so I'm missing my through axles for that frame for some reason. I have no idea why. The rims that go to that bike I took off and I am using on the other bike, but I'm not using the axles, so I don't know. I've got a chain. I mean, a chain's a good start at least, right? I'm thinking maybe I can use this for the front tire without having to put a front tire. I just got to find something about it too. Question is, does this chain have a link or do I have to find a link? Ooh, there is a link in the chain. And there's a big old piece broken off of the chain. Now this is not the best chain. I just pulled this off my current gravel bike, but should maybe work. At least worth a shot of giving it a try. Alright, so we got that. Need like a piece of wood or something, and then we could do the front tire, I guess. Oh boy. So we got the chain cut. Now we're just going to reinstall the link. And might have need to cut some more off of it, but maybe not. Day 2. Yeah, it's going to be one of those projects videos. Was running out of time yesterday and I did not know where those through axles were, so I looked everywhere and apparently they have disappeared. So I took a through axle off my old bike that will work for now on here. Yeah, At some point we'll have to get a through axle for this, unfortunately. What's left to do, I need to shorten the chain again, and then make some kind of mount for the front, and in theory that's pretty much it. Let's see what we got going on with this chain. Yeah, we got a little saggy chain happening here. Okay, so we're going to shorten this chain again. Let's talk about the reason why I'm doing this, other than making a video for you guys. Like I said, cost-wise, I didn't want to spend $800 on the Zwift ride frame. On top of that, while the Zwift ride frame is cool and all, there is competitors that are coming out in the works. Not completely released yet, but I feel like better options than the Zwift ride. That should be in that same ballpark of price. And also with more access to other training platforms. So the Zwift ride can only obviously work with the Zwift. Some of the competitors that are coming out are going to be able to work with all the platforms and will be a little bit more customizable, a little better options for handlebars, better options for electronic shifting in the game, better options for changing out crank links, things like that. And like I said, you can use it on different platforms. So with that said, what's the point of spending the money on the Zwift frame when something better is in the works? And while yes, this is nothing new, being Wahoo, Garmin have all had indoor trainer bikes, those were also at like $3,000 plus. So we're finally in the market where people can have a stationary bike that's not going to cost them an arm and a leg. So while this is not new, it is at least now affordable, and I'm just making my own version. That's simply it. I'm going to take one more link off of this and see if that does the trick. But I tell you what, I was not planning on this being a complete pain in the butt that it has been. I thought I had everything and was just going to be like, oh yeah, a couple hours and done deal. But we all know better than that. That's never how it works with these videos. Alright, one more link gone. Hopefully that is the sweet spot. And I thought this was going to be an issue. The issue that I'm having is if I take out one more link, the chain will be too tight and it's a little bit too loose right now, which makes sense. If you look at like the Zwift ride, there's a tension wheel that sits right here to hold the tension on this. So I got some chain slack. Not sure what to do about that. So let's go ahead and solve the issue of the front, throw some pedals on there, and try to think about that one a little more. All right, well, this project is going to get a little janky. Yeah. Nobody said this thing was going to be like the most amazing thing ever. It was just a matter of, could I make my own Zwift bike? So here's what we're working with. This is going to be my front wheel chock. Hopefully that'll be the right height. I have the mount. So I'm going to mount this onto this piece of wood, and hopefully that'll be the right height and hold the front fork. Yeah, maybe. Okay, that is some hard ass wood. And there we go. my very own Zwift bike. Look at this. All right. Little sloppy toppy chain. All right. I mean, I never had a disclaimer in this video saying that this was going to be the most amazing or closest thing to a real Zwift bike. I was just trying to see if I could make one. Let's throw some pedals on and give her a spin, huh? Flats? Why not? Oh man, the stupid things I do. I mean, okay, let's be honest here. If I could figure out something for the tension, or maybe even throw in a bigger front chain ring on, that could definitely probably solve that. It would solve the problem there. If I were to actually get a good piece of wood, I think that's actually a legitimate like way to mount the front fork up. So, I mean, as redneck ghetto rigged as this is, it gives you an idea of like, okay, yeah, you probably could make a legitimate Zwift ride bike for next to nothing, honestly. I just wanted to try, okay? I mean, if it works, it works. Let's plug this baby in and go for a test spin. I mean, hey. Let's find out here. Okay, first off, the front fork definitely needs to go higher, I think. Or it could be my seat. My seat might be tilted really bad. But I mean, like, think about it. Yeah, it's ghetto, but at least I can change out the bars however I want. I can change out the stem. I could put TT bars on here. Like, there's so many more options. Hold on. Forgot my clicky click. That's the shifter. Moment of truth. Is this silly idea gonna work? Yeah, I can't tell what's leaning, but something definitely is. Okay, here we go. Controls. Get that on. Check, see if we have power. We got power. Okay, that might be an issue. To get it lined up, it'll only go so far. And that seems worse. Alright, let's take this out on a course. The rear cassette is just a little bit off. There's only so far you can align it. It's got like 10 stops of alignment. Let's go to everybody's favorite. Tempest Fugit. Hey, we're moving. Try our shifting here. See if I go down one more. That's worse. I mean, hey. It's working. If I could figure out the tension and the alignment. Yeah, so 10 is like the most aligned I can get it. But I did make my own Zwift ride. Just not very fancy. There it goes. Well, there you go. I made my own Zwift ride. Thanks for watching this most ridiculous video. I mean, yeah, if you want to, you could really make your own Zwift ride. Yeah, if you could just figure out the whole tension on the chain and the alignment, be spot on. But yeah, not a bad deal. Pretty sweet. Yeah, probably won't be using this. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.